All right, so obviously remove your seat. This is the Crx bracket that comes with it. It lines up just great. Basically just put a bolt in there, and over here. Now if you notice, this bolt over here does not line up with where the factory one would go. So your kit comes with a little assembly like so, and essentially what you'll end up doing is it'll go back together in the same way, but this little standoff here will go right underneath here. So basically what you're going to do is put that in there. You're going to drill a hole 3/8 through here through the floorboard, and then once you've reassembled, this will come through like so. Underneath the car it'll basically be a big steel spacer. This will go underneath it like so. So now that those are mounted, I'm just going to kind of remove that. I'm going to do a little pilot hole here, and then I'm going to throw a 3/8 drill bit through it. So the center harness is attached. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 5, 6 over there. The Corbeau harness said to put it behind your center line of your chest, so that's the most back hole in my case. Put the little sweet stickers things on them. They're actually two little Allen screws that hold them in. These are going to mount like so, and the kit came with these. This kit comes with just these. That's it. No hardware, no nothing. Just these big, probably about 1/8 inch mild steel, just washers. That being said, the slider kit that I already had came with these. They are a little different in thickness, pretty close. And the way that the instructions said to mount it was basically with said supplied hardware that it came with. And essentially this came up through these holes, blah, 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 and it's screwed into this slider mount, holding the slider mount to the bracket, and then it had its own little fasteners up here that went into the actual sliders here for the different mount. So, because it didn't come with anything, I'm going to actually use all the PCI hardware that I got. So, I'm going to just use the same setup here, come through the bottom, and then I got a grade 8 washer and nut, and that's going to come through the top here and hold that onto here. I'm going to do that for both sides, and then put the seat in there and see where we can get it. Alright, so then it comes with these little 1/4 inch spacers that go right there in between the actual rail and the seat. So just kind of put those in there and find your spot where you're going to go. Alright, so 1/4 inch spacers are installed. This is the spot on the rail where you would mount your factory seat belt, so I'm putting the 1 lap belt there. Again, grade 8 hardware. This will still be able to slide, so I can tighten that once it's in the car. This is tightened though now. So my front, the lowest I can get this is the bottom adjustment in the front and the 3rd in the back, and that puts the seat kind of just level. So if you look, you can kind of see, here's the bottom mounts. I'll try to throw some pictures in. I cut these about halfway off on the driver's side, just experimenting when I was messing with the slider rails to get the seat down as low as I could. That being said, so the front is already as low as you can go. The back can go a little bit lower, but it feels awkward. It did lower me down, but it kind of made it, the seat just felt a little weird. This kind of makes me feel like the seat fits pretty well in the car, because you'll see what I'm doing, but if you have FX1s, they have a nice little Corbeau thing here. To be honest, I almost could even go up one more to kind of give the seat a little bit of a tilt backwards, maybe a little bit of that, but you'll see. This is what feels good to me, and I can't go any lower. And that's as low as you're gonna get. So in case you're trying to figure out will these fit in the car, I'll try to show you guys a little bit of headroom situation. But yeah. I want to make something clear. Earlier I showed this bolt, what's gonna be going in the back. This is actually what it comes with a washer. I think I already showed this. It's gonna come through the seat. Then on the bottom of the car, this will come through, washer, nut. This is the same thread pitch. On the driver's side, mine, it's not that it didn't fit, but I couldn't get it to come all the way through the floorboard at first without somebody sitting in the seat. So they're both grade A bolts. There's no, the PCI one I got, you can tell the length's a little bit different. But once I was able to get this one in there and thread it and suck it down without somebody in the seat, I think I put this hardware back in it. So we're gonna see how this one goes, and I'm gonna try to, regardless, put this back in there. Would it really matter? No, they're both grade 8 hardware. All right, so the seat's installed. I kind of moved it forward to the point where most passengers will have enough leg room, but my wife brought up what would go behind my seat, and basically all that ever goes behind the seat is my tuning laptop, just for monitoring stuff, just whatever the case is. It just kind of rides with me quite a bit. So that fits back there comfortably now, and that's about it. It's a little bit, you can kind of maybe see compared to my driver's side, it's pretty close. They're about even. This is a little bit further back. Again, not much to notice, but enough that my passenger has enough room. So we know this I bolted on. That lap belt is attached to the PCI bracket. This one has nowhere to go. So the Corbeau instructions tell you to mount this like 2.5 inches forward of the center line of the back as it comes down. So there's nowhere to mount in mine. Some of the 88s have like an area over here where the bolt hole where the belt did attach, and you could roll with that. A lot of people do. I don't have that, so I ordered a jegs mount. It's a 90-degree, just a bracket that's going to sit there, give or take. And it comes with this hardware here. I'm gonna have to drill about a 1/2 inch hole, and I've got a backing plate that's going to go underneath the car. And then, of course, some more greater hardware that's going to attach through this loop to the belt. So that being said, right here is the mount where the seat actually attaches, so it's kind of got a lump, so I can't put it there. And you wouldn't want it anyways, because that's literally, if you look at where the back of the seat is, that would be like in line with it. So 2.5 inches is basically where the seat sits right now, give or take. It's kind of like right in front of it, which would put this mounting like so. And again, you can kind of, I know it's kind of hard to see, you can rotate this in any kind of direction, but that's about where it's going to go. So kind of get that out of the way. I'm going to kind of put that there, and I'm going to drill a 1/2 inch hole there, and let's move on. All right, so I ended up using a different grade 8 bolt than the kit came with, because it wasn't long enough to go with this jegs plate. Kind of hard to see maybe, but it's basically a big square plate. Nylon lock nut, put some blue Loctite on it too. I'm not sure if I actually like that plate. I ended up ordering a round one for the driver's side. I might end up using that same, might order the same one and just replace this at the time, but for the time being, she's in there, she's plated. Now I just need to tighten that up, and then it'll be time to size this bad boy. The wife's primarily the passenger, so that's who we're gonna size it for. I know anybody can get in the car, but I'm gonna kind of fit everything around her essentially, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, all right. So for now, both seats are in. Here's a kind of a quick little view of how they look. Go around to the passenger side. Here she is. So the straps are wrapped around. So these will wrap around the harness bar. Again, when you tighten this, it kind of obviously gets that a little taut. I need to focus on getting that a little bit more over that. But it's just kind of there. I haven't really loosened or fully tightened anything to the wife yet. The driver's seat is done for the most part, because I've been driving the car. But so not a good really comparison. I guess you can see that's where the back of the seat is to the roof. I'm gonna try to unbuckle this. For those that are curious, obviously the biggest issue kind of is headroom in these cars. So that being said, I don't know if it's going to come through or not, but I'm just sitting, this is me just sitting in the seat there. I don't actually feel too close to the roof. Am I close? Yeah, I don't think I'm any further. I don't think I'm any closer than the factory seats, to be honest. They're probably about on par with the factory seats. I'm 5'8", like 175 pounds. These are the FX1 Pros. They fit me very snug. Yeah. Could you get any lower? So these are side mounted, as you saw. They have bottom mounts. If you were to bottom mount this, you'd be even higher. I don't know if you can get these seats any lower in this chassis without, I don't know, like bolted directly somehow to the floor. But if you looked at those PCI brackets are pretty low profile to begin with, and this is pretty much bolted right to it. Could they physically get lower? I'm sure if you did some crazy things, maybe you could get lower, but overall as an entirety, that's that's probably about as low as she's gonna be. And for me, that obviously works. I don't have a helmet. One of these days when I finally get out to an autocross track, I will obviously buy a helmet, and we will go from there, and I can maybe update some more and let people know if it fits. But until then, that's how she's gonna be. For the turbo kit, yes, I know there hasn't been a video. Turbo kit is on the car. Car's already been dynoed. I promise that will be the next video. What I'm gonna do is just kind of give it a whole overview. I bought a Go AutoWorks X600 kit with a GT2871R. I guess if you follow me on Instagram, you already know what I made. I'm not gonna tell you in case you wanna watch the video, but I'm going to just kind of go over the kit. It's not an install video. I have a little bit of some boxing stuff. I gotta look at the footage, but I'm gonna go over the kit and what I did. It is not 100% drop-in. It's pretty close to being a drop-in. And there are some things that I did differently, not because they were bad of the kit. I just chose to do some things differently that I will show you in the video. For anybody that actually wants to see what a Go AutoWorks kit looks like, it is just a turbo kit, yes, but I'm just gonna show you the things that it did come with, and I'll let you guys know. And then I'm gonna put the camera in the back and just do some driving, just to show you an idea of what the turbo does in a GSR on 10 or 12 pounds, 13 pounds. I dynoed it up to, like, it came out, the map sensor read, I think, like 13.2 or 13.4 pounds. Just shy of 14 pounds of boost. I could have went higher. That's just where I stopped. I was happy with the number. It already doesn't have any traction in first, obviously. Second, it doesn't either. My traction control in second is me throttling it. Third, it does hook, but there were some days where it was like 45 degrees outside here, and when it hits like 13.5 pounds, it loses traction a little bit. I mean, it's still pulling, but it loses it. So for anyone that's curious where it's at, it's gonna probably stay there for a little bit. It's fun. So I'll put a camera in the back. I'll do some driving just to kind of show you guys how quickly boost does come in, and just general how driving is, and then show you an overview of the kit. And maybe I'll do like a pull or two and show you a data log in the S300. So those are Corbeau FX1 Pros. Those are in. The other thing I didn't show you guys, it did come with, these are the bolts that the actual harness comes with. Those little baggies. These would fit through the clips, or they do fit through the clips. Pretty nice. It has this nice little like retention piece there, little like shank. I just didn't use them because they just were too big for my application. What I ended up doing is I pretty much went to the store and bought I went to Ace and bought a bunch of different grade 8 bolts, just of various lengths, different sizes. I can't remember the size off the top of my head, but you get something like this, you'll understand. So that's about it. I'll wrap this up. Wasn't much of an install, just kind of give you an idea of what they look like. Sliders I'm going to keep on my shelf up there or something. I'm not going to get rid of sliders because I don't know. Maybe I'll use them one other day in something else, different car. I don't know. But maybe it was a waste of money. I mean, it kind of was, so I'm not using the sliders. Would have liked to slide, but if you can imagine where the height there is now, it went up. I mean, the seat literally went up another thickness of, whatever that is. So there's that. I do need to pull the driver's seat back out. I kind of mounted the rails on differently, just experimenting with stuff. All right, so that's it. I guess stay tuned for the next video. And again, I know I don't update this as much. It takes more work. I know it sounds really shitty that it takes more work, but it is much easier just for me to upload stuff on Instagram. And the videos, they're not difficult. I don't mind doing them. It just takes me longer to do them. And between me having a job, and this is not my only thing that I do, it is what it is. So everyone, hope you guys have a upcoming good Thanksgiving that's coming up if you celebrate it. And stay tuned for the dyno video and the overview of a Go AutoWorks kit.